Okay, today I'm going to show you how to replace a rear shock absorber for the 2004 Honda Odyssey EX. Okay, I got this from online, Rock Auto. What happened is when I rotate my tire, I realized that my shock is leaking oil. Okay, so this is the replacement part here. Okay, it's a Monroe OE Spectrum. And here's a part number for it. Okay, so I'll be replacing both the right and the left rear shock absorber. Okay, so when you take it out of the box, what you want to do is inspect for damage, and to test it, what you want to do is put it on a piece of wood like that and press it down all the way. A little hard because it's new. Okay, so that's down all the way, and then you let it go and watch it expand. So what you want to look for is noise, unusual noise, leaking of oil, or binding. Okay, it should expand out smoothly. Okay, so this one is good. What I'm going to do is look like it expand out all the way. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how to take the old one out. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put on my parking brake. It's going to be I'm at the right rear tire, so what you want to do is loosen all these lug nuts out. Okay, for now, just loosen it out. Don't take it out yet. Okay, just loose it out. That way it's easy for you to remove the tire afterward. Okay, just loosen it. All right, so after you loosen all the lug nuts, what you want to do, grab your jack. Okay, so show you underneath the car there. Okay, see that coil spring right there. Okay, so you want to put the jack underneath there, but you have to pay attention to try to get it away from the bolt right there, that shiny thing right there. That lock nuts, that's where your shock, the bottom shock absorber mount. Okay, so kind of like move your jack over to the left a little bit, because this is the right rear. If you put it too close, then you might end up have problem taking that nut out. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to put it where the coil spring is at, and I'm going to lift this thing up. Okay, and then I'm going to put this car on jack stand. Okay, underneath your car where the fender is at. Okay, so here's a right rear tire. Right, so you're looking at Honda even they put an arrow mark on the fender here. Okay, so tell you where to put the jack stand. Okay, you want to put it in between these two metal pieces. See the arrow right there? I'm going to slide my jack stand in. Lift it up. Okay, try to put it where that arrow mark is at. Okay. I probably need to lift the car up a little bit more. Alright, it's got my jack, and I just lift it up. I want to lift this high enough, that way when I release the jack, it's going down, but the tire is off the ground. Okay? Alright, so next thing you want to do is slowly release your jack stand. Right, I'm in your jack. Release the pressure. There you go. Try to do it slow. Okay? And right there you see the jack go all the way, but the tire is still off the ground. Right? So you don't have to take the jack all the way down. What you want to do, you want to lift it up a little bit. Put a little tension on that coil spring underneath there. Okay? There you go, that's good enough. Alright, just put a little tension on there. Alright, so because you're already losing all your lug nuts, so all you do now is, all you have to do now is take all these lug nuts out. Okay? There it is. After you take all the lug nuts out, take the tire out, set it aside somewhere. Okay, so here's your shock absorber, the right rear. Okay, you got a bolt up here, and the mounting bolt. It's easier if I show it on top, right underneath here. Okay, there's a look like a lock nuts right there, and on this side here, let's see, try to see my finger right there. You don't have to worry about on this side because there's no nothing for you to put a bolt on. Okay, so it looks like it's a welded piece or the piece of press on there. So to take out the bottom one, okay, all you need is a 17mm socket, and up here is also a 17mm. Up here is a bolt. Okay, but before I do that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take penetrating oil. I'm going to spray in here and down there. Okay, and give it a minute so it can you know, easy to take out the bolt. Okay, for penetrating fluid, I use this brand called Provolone. I have this like maybe 20 years. All right, but you can use WD-40 or whatever. Okay, so basically you want to spray on here like that, just a little bit on this side where the bolt is at, and then on the bottom here where the lock nuts. All right, and then on the inside here too. That way it's easy for you to loosen it out. Okay, and give it a few minutes so it can penetrate through, and hopefully I can take it out. Okay. Okay, after about 5 minutes, what I do is I use a 17mm socket, 1/2 inch dried ratchet. Okay, and I was able to loosen this out no problem. Okay, now if you live in the northeast or the area where snow is at, now you may have to use a breaker bar or something, and hopefully your thing doesn't rust. Okay, so on the bottom nut here, you just put a socket and a ratchet on there and lift it toward the top of the car to loosen it. Okay, because this is the right rear. So basically what I do, I'm gonna lose this nut out all the way out. Okay, oh, I didn't show you. Okay, you see that oil leaks right there? Okay, that's why I have to replace this. Okay, because the oil leaks, you see it right there, little shiny thing. I cleaned it up, but a couple weeks later I checked and it still leaks. All right, so on the bottom nuts here, you take it out. Basically it's a, they call it a lock nut. Okay, and then the washer. Okay, so this washer, you can see it's on one side it looked like it have a lip right there. Then the other side it looked like it's smooth. Okay, remember the smooth side go toward your shock absorber. The one with the lips, that's where the one with the lip you see there go toward the lock nuts. Okay, smooth side shock absorber. The other one got a lip toward the nut side. Okay, that's how you're gonna put it on, like that. Right? All right. So now I got it loose. So on the top one here, it's easier if you use a deep socket or an extension like that. That way it's go over this lip right here, because otherwise your ratchet will be banging on here. After you lose them, you know, you do it like this, then you can turn it by hand. Okay, like so. Okay, really easy so far. All right, so look at the bolt. Okay, 17mm bolt. It have look like it's have a pointing in, like self-alignment bolt. I call it. Okay. All right, so check this out. All right, and next thing you want to do, you want to put your hand in there and compress it. See how easy it is? It's losing out. Okay, I compress it down. Okay, I compress it down enough. Of course, because this one is bad, that's why I'm able to do it. Otherwise, you might need two hands, okay? So if I can do it with one hand, hey, it's going to be a lot easier for you to at home because you don't have to hold the camera, right? So I try to compress it down, and now I'm going to slide the bottom one out. like so. Okay, just like that. All right. So now what I do is I'm gonna take this and compare to the new one that I just test. Okay, as you see, the old one is not even expand out. See that? See how it just stuck right there? Okay, see how it just stuck? Okay, so this is a new shock absorber. Okay, made in the USA. That's what it say. That's what it say on here. One of these stamp here, made in USA right there. And then on down here on the bushing, it say made in Mexico. Okay, on both. Of course, this is a replacement. So I make an outline of it. So I guess it's approximately 19 inches from this end to this end. Okay. For the one I just took out of the car, as you can see, I compress it in and it's stuck. Right? It won't expand. Okay. So I take it out and I'm gonna manually expand this out. Let's see. Like so. Okay, I think that's a max. It can go. Okay, so you can see right there, it's pretty much the same size. Okay, now the top one here, you can turn it because some people, you know how the brand name, some people like it facing outside so they can see it. Okay, so if you want to turn it, then you just hold on this end and then this one turn. Okay, this one will turn like. Okay, so I hold on to that end and I can turn. You see how this thing turns? Okay, so when you install it, if you want this one facing to the outside, just go ahead and turn this, because this is just a dust cover. This made out of steel, where the OEM made out of plastic. And I believe, yeah, right here is a part number for it. But I see if I can take the one on the left side. Hopefully, you know, because the left side don't have an oil leak, so hopefully it will show that better. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to put this back. Okay, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to clean this area. Make sure you clean them really good with a wire brush or clean rag. Okay, you want to clean both of them. On this bottom one here, I'd probably use some bearing grease, white lithium grease, or good old anti-seize, right? Because that way next time, if I have to do it again, you know, you never know, right? If I have to do it again, it's good if I put some lubrication on here so it protects it from rusting, okay? On both the bolt. Both of the bolt too. So clean it up really good. Okay, for lubrication, I decided to use this white lithium grease. Okay, I use the same grease to lubricate my sliding door, and I noticed when this thing dry, it doesn't leave the greasy surface on them. Okay, it just give them like protected, like a wax coating. So basically, I'm just gonna lubricate that bolt. And down here, I give it a spray. That way, when I slide in the new one, it's easy for it to slide in, okay? At the same time, hopefully this thing will keep the rust out. All right, so after you lubricate the bolt, and of course the bottom mounted bolt there, what you want to do is compress this all the way down. Okay, I find it easy doing it this way. All right, try to do it one hand here. Okay, so I'm gonna pick it up. While that thing expands, I'm gonna slide this in. Come on, come on. There you go. I got this slide in, and then I have this thing. Okay, as it expands, I'm gonna hold onto that bolt. Oh, right there. Okay, as it expands, and that thing aligned to the bolt alignment hole, and I was able to wiggle it. There you go, all the way in. One shot. And now I just want to. Now, if you can't get a one shot, now what you want to do is You can use like a pry bar. Okay, you can use like a pry bar. Let's say this thing is not aligned. You can use like a pry bar, put it in like that. Okay, put it in like that on top like that, and just push this down. Let's see if I can get it. There you go. Okay, just push it down. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. So I'm gonna hold that pry bar. Hold that pry bar, and then push this bolt. Let's go all the way through. And there it is. Okay, I can see it on this side. Okay, so what you want to do is, you know, once you get it started, just tie it up like so. Okay, so the most important thing when you compress this, you only have a few seconds, right? Compress it all the way down, and then basically you just slide the bottom one in first, slide it in, and then guide this one to the whole line, and then push the bolt through. Okay, so next thing I'm gonna do is, of course, the washer, as I told you, the side with the lips here. Okay, so the side with the lips is go in like that. Okay, the smooth side facing toward the shock absorber, like so. And of course, this is the nut. Okay, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Okay, put it in. All right, so on top here, because I have the extension, so it's really easy. On the bottom, I just gonna take the extension off and make sure you. Now you kind of like put your ratchet in reverse, right? Reverse position of what it used to be to tighten it up. Okay, so there it is, right there. So you want to make sure you tie it down tight. Same way with the one on top here. Okay, so the one on top here, I'm gonna switch from finger tie to ratchet tie. Alright, so after you have it tied down, the last thing you want to do, get your torque wrench out. Okay, your torque wrench to 47 foot-pound. Okay, according to the Honda technical manual. Okay. There you go. There you go. Okay, the top bolt is good. Now the bottom one. Bottom one, to tighten it, you have to push it toward the floor. So to tighten it, okay. So there you go. 47 foot-pound. Okay. And after that, you're pretty much done. So the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to use this 303. Okay, it's actually come from this gallon right here. I bought at Walmart, I think last year. Probably cheaper. You guys buy it by the gallon. This top here is just a yellow mustard cap. Okay, I put it on. That way, when you pour them out, it's act as a funnel. When this thing empty, I just refill with this. Okay, so this stuff actually the same company, but it's actually this brand right here. So what I do is I'm gonna spray, you know, like my brake line. I can wet it and I can run with it. You know, I can wipe down with it, especially the bushing, like the rubber bushing that you see underneath your car here. Okay, there's one way in there. Just give it a good loop job. Okay, anything including brakes, you know, these slide pin rubber right here. Kind of like stay away from the road area, but down here, you know, those area right there, and this one right here. Okay, where this one coming out, look like there's a joint right there. Just spray it down. Okay, all the rubber bushing that you can find underneath here. Okay, And you know, like I say, wet your rag with it, wipe it clean with the 303 to protect the brake line. Okay, and so this part right here. Okay, all the rubber part that you can see underneath this car. Okay, so why are you doing this? Well, let's hope that these things will help you know, extend these rubber bushing, so save you money in repair. Okay, for replacing these things, because when these things wearing out, it's gonna cause bad alignment, right? When these things wearing out, it's gonna throw your alignment off. If you don't, you end up have to replace it. So by doing this, hopefully it's extend the life of the rubber bushing back here. Okay, so I do this every time I rotate my tire, and also you know, doing a brake job and stuff like that. Okay, so whenever I rotate the tire, I always do this. I guess this is a rear loop job. Okay, so make sure you wipe the shock absorber clean. Otherwise, next time you see it, you might mistake it from oil leaking. Okay, all right, so next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean this area here with the wire brush. Okay, both this area here, and I probably put some anti-seize or grease on here, and also in this tire too, this area here. Okay, because this is the area where people overlook. Okay, give it a good clean, otherwise your tire may be wobbles, depend on how much rust build up on these things. Okay, so I'm going to clean it up. After that, I'm going to lubricate it with anti-seize or, you know, grease, and I'm going to slide the tire back on. Okay, so you're almost done. After you know, put back your tire, make sure you finger tight these lug nuts. Okay, all 5 of them. Make sure that they are finger tight first, you know, and do kind of like crisscross pattern. Keep in mind that you have your parking brake on, so this tire is not going to move on you. Okay, and then after that, you take a 19mm wrench right there and just slowly tie it in like so. All right, crisscross pattern. Okay. Tie it in tight. Alright. Alright, so next thing you want to do, get out your torque wrench. Okay, so with your torque wrench, I put the extension in there, change my socket to 19mm. Okay, set it to 80 pounds and start torquing down, because the parking brake is on, therefore the tire is not going to move on you. Okay, so you make sure all these things are torqued down. Alright, after that, what you're going to do next is you're going to lift the car up. Okay, you already got the jack underneath there, so you're going to lift the jack up until the jack stand is clear. You can hear that coming over. Take the jack stand out. Alright, what you want to do next now is lower this down slowly, like so. Alright, so the final thing is going through and torque it again. It shouldn't make any difference, but be on the safe side. Okay, always torque this. I had really bad experience with friends or people I see on the highway where the tire just roll off. Okay, so make sure you torque these crisscross in sequence. Okay, so I'm done on this right side. I'm going to go ahead and using the same procedure on the left side. Okay, so it took me less than 10 minutes, okay, including a loop job to install the left side shock absorber. Okay, so let's see, this is one on the driver's side, and there is the part number, the OEM part number for it right there. Okay, I don't know if it shows clearly. Okay, right there. All right, so this one here look pretty good. All right, there's no sign of oil leaks. It's just old, but when I compress it down, right, when I compress it down, of course these things over 100,000 miles. Okay, so it's when you compress down, you can tell it's very easy compared to a new one. Okay, right there I compress all the way down, and I'm gonna see how this thing expand out. Let's see if that thing gonna expand. Okay, this one here got the oil leaks. I'm going to compress it all the way in and see what happens. Okay, you see this one, where the other one expands very slowly compared to the other one, right? Okay. All right, so feeling pretty good when you replace your shock, and you know the new one is working a lot better than the old one, right? So right there you see how slow that thing expand out. Okay, let's wait to see if it's gonna expand all the way out. Okay, so as you can see, the one on the left, it expand all the way, but something pretty weird on this one, because when I press it down the first time, it expand. I press it down the second time, it's stuck just like this one. And then I shake it up, and then I try to compress it in again, and then it expanded out. So I think something wrong with this one too. I was going to keep this for the spare, you know, just in case, but I noticed it's stuck just like this one. So I'm not going to. I'm just going to toss it out, okay? Compared to the one that I just put it on, this thing here, very easy to compress down. Okay, it's compressed down very easy. And you know, it's very slow expanding now. Okay, this is where I get all the technical information from my Odyssey 1999 to 2004 service manual. Okay, now in chapter 18, page 30, under rear suspension. All right, so on this right here, it show you, you know, how to jack the car up and take it out just like the way I show you. Okay, notice here number 2, it say raise the floor jack into the suspension, begin to compress. Okay, that's exactly what I did. I just put a pressure on that spring to compress it a little bit. That way it's easy to remove this thing. Okay, and on here I'll show you how to test it. Of course, you put on a piece of wood, press it down, and watch it expand. And what you want to do, you want to check for oil leaks, abnormal noises, or binding doing these tests. Okay, and I show you how to do that. And lastly, how to install it in. As you can see on there, the upper bolt, okay, the torque is 47 foot-pound, and the lower, that lock nut with the washer is also 47 foot-pound. Okay, notice that the washer, the lip, right, they have a lip cut right there facing toward the nuts, as I show you. On the other side, which is a smooth surface, facing the bottom shock absorber. Okay. On here, it didn't show you what type of grease you use, but for me, I use lithium white grease, but you can use anti-seize to help it, you know, prevent rust and stuff like that. Okay, so down here it say in the end, it say check the rear wheel alignment and adjust it if it's necessary. See page 18.5. So we turn to page 18.5. I leave all my alignment to the alignment shop, okay? But for those of you who capable of doing yourself, okay, so there's a caster angle, all right, 2°707" plus or minus 1. I don't know much about alignment, so I got no idea what that is, okay? But for those of you who capable of do it yourself, then, you know, that's the tech right there. And then on here, you know, it show front camber angle. That's a front and that's a rear. Okay. So anyway, thank you for watching, and please subscribe, and have a wonderful day. Bye.